So as we talk about equations, the biggest thing to know is equations must be balanced. Now equations are kind of cool because it's like a puzzle. I'm going to start with a balance. And on the balance, on the left side, I'm going to put 6 of these little cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 cubes. And I'm going to put a cup here. That means I don't know how many cubes actually fit inside that cup. So I have to figure out how many cubes should go inside that cup. 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so the first thing I'm going to start with is trying to figure out what it is that is in my picture. So this is actually a picture of an equation, and it represents 6 plus a cup, which means something, some number, x, is equal to 9, because there are 9 cubes on that side. So I have 6 plus something equals 9. Now remember, whenever we don't know a number, we're going to use a variable. The variable is going to stand in for that number. Okay, so because we use the equal sign, we know that these two are balanced already. Well, my job in an equation is to make sure that this stays balanced. So if I do something to the left side, like take 1 away, it would not be balanced anymore, unless I take 1 away from the right side too. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the cup all by itself, because I have to figure out how much the x weighs. So if I took away all 6 of these, then my cup would be by itself. So if I took away 6 on this side, I need to take away a total of 6 on the right side as well. So now I have remaining 1 cup and 3 cubes. So after taking the 6 away, I have x is equal to the same weight of 3 cubes. So let's record this. What did we do? I knew I needed to get the x by itself, so I had to take away everything that was with that x. Okay, since it says 6 plus x, I have to do the opposite of that. So instead of adding 6, I'm going to do the inverse operation, which is subtracting 6. So I subtracted 6 from both sides. So 6 minus 6 is 0, so I'm left with just my cup, just my x. And when I took 6 away from the 9, I had 3 remaining. So x equals 3, or each cup equals 3 cubes. Let's look at another one. Let's look at a picture this time. This time, I have some cylinders and some cups, some cubes in a picture. So I'm going to start by making sure I know that each cylinder represents an x and each cube represents 1. So I have x, 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 and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to write my equation. On the left side, I have 1x plus I have 4 cubes. And because it's on a balance, I know that that has to be equal to 1, 2, 3 x's. So I write 3 times whatever's inside of each cup, so 3 x's. Now my goal is to get the x's by themselves. So since I have more x's on the right side, that means that I'm going to have to get these x's by themselves. So one way I can do this is try to figure out what can I take away from both sides. Well, I know that I have a cup on the left and the right that I can take away from both sides. So let's take away an x from each side. Now to represent that algebraically, I just write minus x. X minus x means all I have left is these 4 right here. And that has to be equal to, if I had 3 x's, I took 1 away, I have 2 x's left. So it equals 2x. So 4 equals 2x, which means 2 times x equals 4. 2 times something equals 4. Well, most of us are able to figure out that I know 2 times 2 is 4, so I think x equals 2. But I'm not finished with solving my equation at this point. Now I have two cylinders and I have 4 cubes. So what would this look like if I was to model this with cups and cubes? If I have 4 cubes and I have 2 cups, okay, I have to know how much each cup weighs. Well, I can split my cubes so that each cup has the same number, and then I know that each cup has to weigh the same as 2 cubes. So I still know that x equals 2. But what did we really do? We took those cubes and we split them equally. So if I'm splitting them equally, I'm dividing. So if I did 2 times x, that means that I had to divide them into 2 groups so that I was able to figure out how much went inside of each x. So 4 divided by 2 gives me 2, and 2 x's, if I split them into 2 groups, that equals x. So x equals 2. Okay, when we did this, I started with addition here, and then I ended up doing subtraction. Okay, we have a vocabulary term for that. Okay, when I started with multiplication here, I ended up doing division. So in equations, inverse operations are going to be very important. So when I see addition, I'm actually subtracting to solve. Okay, when I see multiplication, I'm actually dividing to solve. Okay, so I have one for you to try on your own. Okay, do your best. There are a couple things that I would like you to do. You are going to write the equation. So what equation does this represent? And then the second thing is I would like you to solve. How many cubes belong inside of each cylinder? So how many cubes belong inside of each cylinder? Okay, good luck.